Mag&Laksh take 2, second episode in this wild ride of seasons. Yeah, we're doing that again! Take.
Hang on, don't start it.
Hi, this is Laksh.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
And today we're here to help. Hi, I'm Laksh.
Hi, I'm Maggie.
Welcome back to our video. Today we're talking about how to manifest and attract the love of your life.
Have you ever felt like you're stuck on Tinder, you go on a date or two, the guy ghosts you, the guy calls you too much, he's emotionally unavailable or he's too emotionally available. It's just never the right person. Why? Why could that be? So we are going to give you 3 easy, very, very simple, easy ways to attract the love of your life, the love that you deserve, the love that you're worthy of. And starting with you being the main character. For me, this was the piece of the puzzle that I was missing. I was so worried about everyone else. And so there's 3 ways that you can become the main character. And so when we give this to you, I want you to take it and run with it, because I promise this will change your life 100%. You will no longer be on Tinder. You will no longer be on Bumble, or what's that other one?
Hinge.
I've never even been on. I only went on Tinder, okay, for 2 weeks, and then that was it. But point of this is that even in the real world, right? Like COVID's almost gone away with. Like we can get back out there, start dating, all these things. Have you ever attracted the right person? If you're watching this, maybe not, most likely, but we are going to tell you, we're going to give you the simplest way, and it will be here before you even know it. So,
Yeah, awesome. I mean, I didn't even know that some people didn't look at themselves as the main character. That's crazy to me.
I think women are much more that way, just because we're very nurturing and we're empathetic. Like we are the empaths usually, right? Like we can sense people's emotions. So when we're on a date, we're always worried, how's my hair? Does he like me? How is he perceiving me? Am I good enough for him? All these things, right?
Wow.
So instead, you have to flip that, just like he's thinking about it, right? Like now, if you're a man watching this, you might not do that, right? But this is just like your typical way of dating. So when you are on a date, for all you women out there, I really, really need you to start asking yourself, is this guy worthy of me? Do I like him? Is he showing me the respect that I'm showing him in return? Simple questions, right? But things that we're not even aware of doing. And if you do this, great. We're about to go in detail on how to attract your true love, though.
Well, I guess let's do it. Stop hyping it up, huh? So there's people actually go about this process backwards. That if they are trying to accomplish anything, it could be love, it could be career, it could be anything. They try to find a strategy. Okay, well, let me download all these apps. What kind of picture should I take? Maybe this angle. No, selfie in the mirror. The bad one, actually. Don't do that one. But you're always trying to fix a strategy about how to get what you really want. That's actually the last thing we should be focusing on. The first thing we need to focus on when trying to accomplish something, make something happen, is what kind of state am I in? What's my emotional vibration? And if you're confused on that topic, Maggie and I made a video on that, maybe our second or third video ever. We had a giant chart of frequencies on that we wrote out. And obviously your higher frequency are love, empowerment, enlightenment,
love, acceptance,
peace. So those are your higher vibrational energies, where when you're in those energies, things come to you more. You have better ideas. You understand things. You know, if you're in school in class, we were talking about this today. If you're in class and as soon as you see the chalkboard with writing on it, you get sad, you get upset, you're not learning anything anyways. Good luck trying to learn. But if you're in a state of excitement, of happiness, looking forward to it, you're naturally going to learn a lot more.
And that's a choice, because that doesn't come naturally. Like in a classroom, that wouldn't come naturally to me. Like I would instantly start feeling down and like, oh, am I going to be able to comprehend this? Are they going to explain it well? Like just kind of negative fear, right? That's the lower parts of the consciousness scale. Like once again, scientifically proven. So choosing to have a good state and just live in the moment and trusting the process. When you go on a first date, trust that you're going to see the red flags. Trust in your gut feeling and start asking yourself these questions. Choosing just to be okay if that first date didn't go well.
Yeah.
Go on a next date with a new person.
What's meant
You're
to
abundant.
be. Yeah, what's meant to be will be meant to be. But yeah, step one is not being afraid, not being anxious. And if you are feeling that, that's okay. Step one is being aware that, okay, I'm feeling these negative emotions. Let me take a quick pause, go to the bathroom, splash some water on your face, refresh yourself.
If you're a girl and you have makeup on, you're probably not going to take that advice. But
True.
what you can do, if you're a guy, that's great. I love that he does that. He does it all the time. And it really helps him. For me, it's thinking of gratitude. It's thinking of my dogs. It's first off knowing and trusting. I've always been really naturally good at having a good state. Like, I don't get down easily, thank God, because that would make my life a lot tougher. So I naturally am like, let's have fun on the date. Like, let's just like take it like lighthearted. Like, be very lighthearted, live in the moment. If it doesn't work out, great. You met a new person. You got to learn more about a person you would have never met before in your life by taking a chance and going on that first date. So like, it can be a very positive state. Another cool thing that I've learned recently is that the state of like fear, nervous, is the same exact emotion, your brain, literally scientifically proven, state of being nervous is the same state as excitement. So if you trick your brain and go, oh, I'm so nervous, it is the same exact quick choice to go, no, wait, I'm actually excited for this date. I'm not even nervous.
Yeah.
And there's such thing as an excited nervous. Be it. And then when you're on that date, it's just fun because you're so excited. You're just happy to see a new person, especially after COVID. My God, some of us, you haven't seen anyone. Just be grateful that you're there meeting someone new, even if nothing comes out of it.
Yeah, even if they're a dud, you'll have fun with it.
Yeah. And then like the next night, have another date set up. That way, you'll meet someone else new who might not be a dud, might be the love of your life.
True. So, I mean, state is, it's honestly your foundation. It's something that people gloss over, skip over, but state is your foundation that you're building your strategy, your story, and your future on top of. So the next step out of that is after you are in a good state, you want to focus on your story. Now, what do I mean by story? Story, perspective, how you view things, your glasses. How do I view love? How do I view relationships? If I'm in a negative state, a fearful state, it might make me a little nervous. It might be causing me some pain. I think I better stay away from it. If I'm in a high state, I'm excited. Great, an opportunity for more fulfillment. I'm already happy, but it's even more happiness on top of that. It's the cherry on top of the cake.
So another important thing too is your story. Really ask yourself this. Is your story that like every ex you've ever been with you've never been good enough for? Is your story that you always get ghosted and dumped? Is your story that love is scary and you can't find the right one? Or is your story, no matter what's happened to me in the past, it was just a chapter and there's a whole like million chapters left of this whole story, right? Like anything in my past was just a learning experience to make me understand my worth, my value, and that this next chapter is going to be the best one yet. Yeah. So be very aware. Do you have an ex in your energy? Is your story, if I start dating, my ex will probably want me back, and maybe I'll go on a couple days with him, and then maybe a couple days with this new guy, like whatever, right? Make sure your story is very like set in stone. I did this like through and through. Like I was like, my story is that everything I've went through in the past is simply a learning experience. An old chapter, and that I value because I learned who I was, and I know that I deserve everything I've ever hoped and wished for, and that this is coming. This next chapter, like it's here. So that was my story.
Yeah.
Be very aware.
I think mine was, my state was, I've always been good with state like Maggie. And my story was, I'm going to find the person I'm meant to be with. It could be now. It could be 10 years from now. Whatever's meant to happen will happen. I know I'm going to get that person out of their way. So let me just enjoy myself on the way.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, again, that kind of story, it never puts you in a desperate energy. It never makes you in a negative way at all, you know? So it's good. So we have an amazing state. On top of that, you have a good story or perspective. And then the last thing is then the strategy, right? Because how do you meet someone if you're not even out there, right? Okay, I'm going to meet someone awesome, amazing, I'm happy, but I'm not even out there at all.
I'm sitting at home watching Netflix. I'm, only focused on working out, which you can meet someone at the gym, but a better strategy, right? One that is more abundant would be, okay, I can meet someone at the gym, the coffee shop I go to tomorrow morning by myself, and just, having fun, living in the moment. If I see a new shop on the way there, I'll stop there.
Yep.
Like, strategy is like getting on not just one dating site, maybe 5.
Yeah.
Having not just one Saturday date that week, like literally have 3 or 4.
Yep.
And by the way, that also helps because once again, it puts you more in the moment and you can't focus. As women, we tend to do this. We're like, we have one okay date.
You get fixated.
Yeah, you get fixated because you have like one okay date. Like, oh, he's not a douchebag. So, cool. Like, no, just because he's not a douchebag, like, please, you deserve everything you ever hoped and wanted. Like, write down a list. I also say that's a good strategy, right? Like, write down a list and then do not go on a second date until they meet your standards and treat you the way you deserve.
Absolutely, completely agree with that. Like I said at the beginning of this video, the mistake we as human beings make, that we want to do the story piece first. The first thing we want to fix is our story. No, first change your state, and then your perspective, your story, your eyeglasses, then change your strategy.
Because if you go on a date and you have really good strategies, you're even if you're living in the moment, which is a very good strategy, but let's say you wrote down a list, you are going on multiple dates a week, blah, blah, all these things, right? But then you're like this on the date. You're all sad. You're maybe thinking about an ex or thinking about, does this guy, like me? Am I good enough for him? Like, your state is low.
Wait,
does that make you attractive?
That happened to me once. Funny story.
I remember this, and you told the girl, go ahead.
A funny story. So this girl was being very, very negative towards the date. Like, she was fine otherwise, but like a lot of negative. She's like, I wish guys would just talk to me. I wish they'd communicate with me. Guys are blah, blah, blah. Like that.
Very negative, stuck in the past. Like.
Very. So I dropped her back. And on the way back, I said, just because you like communication.
Wait, sorry. Oh, yeah.
You probably won't hear from me again.
Yeah. Like, very honest.
Maybe it was a little harsh looking back, but she wanted communication, okay?
But that probably helped her grow.
I hope it did.
I'm sure that made her realize, like, what made him say that? Like, well, because you were negative the whole time on the date. And so imagine that, even whether you're a man or woman, if someone's negative, like, especially on a first date, like, you should be this way all the time, but especially on a first date, no one's gonna find that attractive. You could be Marilyn Monroe, okay? And if you're sitting there pouting, you could be Kim Kardashian. If you're sitting there sad and upset and your state is not, you could have all the strategies in the world, but if your state is not happy, energetic, living in the moment, fun, excited, all these things, good luck.
And this girl is actually a fun case study because her state was so strong that it changed her story. Her story before went from guys are cool, guys I enjoy and get to know, to guys don't communicate. Her state was so negative, it changed her story, her perspective. And she was looking for that.
Yeah, and that's what she saw probably. Well, not from you, but because you're rare.
Well, what me and Maggie like to do, we like to disrupt people. We like to shock people.
We really do. It's harsh sometimes.
That's why we do these videos.
Well, we love to help people, and sometimes we're intense in that, and it can come off harsh. We mean it for the best way possible, like our intentions are good, but sometimes we can come off a little too strong, but that's okay. That's why we do what we do, and we love what we love.
No one is going to change your behavior because we tell you you're doing great. If I tell you you're doing great, why would you change a thing? Why? We have to tell you, no, let's disrupt our behavior. Let's change something so we can make it better.
Yeah. So be your main character. Know your worth. Know your value. Make a list. Get in a good state. Like, the list can go on and on and on, but it really is these 3 main things. Like, just first focus on that state. Get positive, know your worth, be that queen energy, like smile more, like literally just smile, go on the date and smile, okay?
And don't make that fake. We're not trying to fake anything. We're
No,
not trying to
this
be
is
fake
genuine.
happy. We want to be very genuine. People oftentimes think, oh, I got to fake being happy. And it's
People can sense that. So
Yes.
even if you're on a date and you're faking your state, they consciously might be like, okay, she's okay, but they won't understand why subconsciously something is going to tell them this is not okay. Like this something is off.
Yeah.
They will I'm telling you, subconsciously, they will know that, and it might get you a second date. But first off, why would you even want a second date when you're not even being real, aka you're not being authentic?
True.
So they're not even falling in love with someone who is the real you. Be the real you.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so true to yourself to be happy. Like that is we were born into this world in a high state. Be it. Just be it.
And if you're having trouble with that piece of being genuinely happy, then honestly, I would say it's not time to start dating yet. It's time to start working on yourself and first learning how to be happy as a choice that you make yourself. And
100%.
And then you meet somebody else. That's the first step to fine. You know, Maggie doesn't make me happy. I'm already happy, and she just amplifies it. She makes everything better. The whipped cream too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm already happy. You know, so like you said, state, and then your perspective, your story on love, your exes, the future.
Are you stuck in the past? Can you live in the moment? Yeah. Are you good enough? Like, what's that story, right? And focus on making that story so abundant and so emotionally fulfilled that you will easily attract love, which then creates your strategies. Which make those natural. Once you get these first two down, the strategies are just natural. You don't even need strategies then.
You're going to think of the best, most innovative strategies that, this is where innovation comes from, by the way, in career, in business, in love, anywhere. It's from getting the first two down. And then there's the fourth step. Actually getting it to happen, Then it'll happen, then you can enjoy it. Yeah.
Be it. So, yeah. All right. Well, yeah.
I think it was a good video.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know if you have any thoughts, comments, likes, whatever.
Let us know down too in the comments if you guys have any what's the word I'm looking for? Suggestions on new videos. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, we'd
appreciate it. So yeah, like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you next time.
Peace. I'm just gonna start it again.